Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is show you around the 2024 GMC Acadia. Now we have the AT4 trim, which is kind of a mid-tier trim level, so we'll look at the interior, the exterior, and see if this might just be the perfect vehicle for you. So let's start on the exterior of the 24 Acadia. Now the AT4, like I said, is kind of a mid-tier trim level. You have the elevation as sort of the base trim, and then you can go up to the Denali to get all the good equipment. Now what's cool about the 24 Acadia, this did get a refresh for this year. So you're gonna notice a completely different front end. You're gonna get kind of those C-shaped design headlights like maybe you'd find on the Sierra or the new Canyon. Now this one will sit a little bit higher than the standard elevation because the AT4 is gonna be more off-road focused. You'll notice things like those red tow hooks up front, and then this will get the 265/65/18 Goodyear Wrangler tires. Now that's an 18-inch wheel obviously, which is going to be different for the AT4 model. Now as we're working our way down the side, what's cool about this one with the gray paint, you get these black mirror covers with the LED side markers, and you're also going to have keyless entry. So when it's cold out, you just click the button and hop in and you're off and running. But let's check out the storage area. Now at the back of the GMC Acadia, towing is going to be standard across the entire lineup. It can now tow 5,000 pounds. So the engine in this is a 2.5 liter turbocharged engine. So what that means is you're going to get 24 mpg through the all-wheel drive system and still be able to tow that 5,000 pounds. So you got the camper, the boat, heading up to the cabin for the weekend. That's a pretty cool feature that this can offer. Now, if we click the back here, we are going to have a power liftgate on the AT4 model, and you're also going to notice on the lower part of the bumper, this will have parking sensors. So this one gets the 360-degree backup camera, which is very convenient, especially when trailering. Now in the back here, this is going to be a 7-passenger vehicle. And if you're not hauling people around or those third seats in the back, you can fold those down and you get a ton of cargo space out of this model. But let's hop inside, we'll cover more of the interior stuff. Now inside the AT4, the first thing you have to notice is going to be the full refresh for the Acadia. We have a 15-inch display. It's basically like having an iPad in the middle screen here. I've got my phone paired up on my wireless charger, and I've got wireless Apple CarPlay as well. You can do Android Auto. That makes it very convenient and safe when you're on the go. Text messaging, Google Maps, Spotify, all that good stuff is going to be built in here, and it's going to be on your digital gauge cluster. So other things in the infotainment screen, there is a ton of safety features like I said. All of your heated seats can be controlled through here as well. For the driver and the passenger, you're going to have ventilated seats, and then there's going to be heated seats in that second row. I like that they still left buttons down below, so not everything has to be through the touch screen, although a lot of it is, but you can control your fan speed, your temperature, some of that stuff just down here. Like I said, I've got the wireless charging and then a couple USB-C chargers. And then what's cool is underneath here, since this is a shift-by-wire system, you're gonna free up a ton of space down below. So that gives you room for maybe your purse or any storage, and there's a really deep center console here, which is great and convenient always to have lots of space. So one other thing, like I said, the 360 camera, there's actually a button you can click. So I can see left, right, out in front of me, behind, tight parking spot, kids maybe left some stuff in the driveway. That is a really convenient feature as well. Now our digital gauge cluster, I love this. This is the first thing I noticed when I hop in the vehicle. There's a little button on the steering wheel so you can control just looking at the standard gauges, and it can even pull up Google Maps on here. So your attention is focused ahead where you're also gonna have the heads-up display. So this is a very safe vehicle. Obviously, if you and your family are in here, blind spot monitoring, emergency crash detection, you're gonna have adaptive cruise control. There's a ton of good stuff in here. As well, this one does get the Super Cruise. So I think it's something like 400,000 miles are mapped out. So that's basically a hands-free driving, which is gonna make it really great to eat up a bunch of miles on those road trips. Now this steering wheel, it's actually a little bit thicker, which I really like, and it's also heated for those Minnesota winters. Now a big difference in this particular AT4 is the panoramic sunroof. With the darker interior, when the light comes in, that absolutely opens it up for you, and if you got the kiddos in the back, that's a pretty cool feature. Now, speaking of that second row, this is going to have the captain's chairs. So like I said, seating for 7. So you can put 3 in the back in that third row. Then the captain's chairs, those can fold, those can slide. You can basically keep the car seat intact and slide the seat forward so you're not unclipping it to access that third row, which is really nice if you've got the whole family with you. So beyond that, this one will also get the Bose sound system, so it does sound really good in here. When I had my Spotify hooked up earlier, I was jamming, I was cruising along with the Super Cruise going and the adaptive cruise control. I mean, you could eat up a ton of miles in here and be very comfortable. And beyond this, you can even go to the Denali trim and add more equipment and more style to the inside. So let's touch on price or MSRP for just a second. Now the standard AT4 is going to come in around 51 or 52,000. This one with the Super Cruise and the additional packages is going to be closer to about 58 or 59,000. Obviously the elevation is going to be a little bit less, so if you're looking at the entry level, you're still going to get a lot of great equipment and style there. And if you want to go all out and get the Denali, that is definitely going to be the top of the line, but again, a little bit more expensive. So I think there's a lot of options. If you're looking for a family SUV that looks great on the exterior, gives you a ton of great equipment and good features on the inside, I think you gotta get out, take the Acadia for a spin and see what you think. Now that was just a quick look at the GMC Acadia. Now if you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by either one of our Buick GMC locations. Thanks for watching.